Hi, my name is Mallory and this is Molly, and I'm going to be teaching her how to sit using Skinner's operant conditioning technique. On day one, before the experiment began, I showed Molly what would be rewarded to her at the end of the experiment, which was a dog bone. When we started the experiment, my elevated voice and me pointing my finger at her will be the stimulus. The stimulus is something that produces a reaction or a response. When we began, I gave her directions by patting her bottom, which was the conditioned stimulus, because that is what I wanted the outcome to be. The outcome is for her to sit. A conditioned stimulus is a learned response. Molly's unconditioned response is sitting when she sees her treat because she knows she will be rewarded if she sits. An unconditioned response is the automatic response to the conditioned stimulus. When Molly sat and listened, I used positive reinforcement, which was my voice. A positive reinforcer, it increases the frequency of the behavior they follow when they are applied. The fixed ratio schedule is 3 to 2. I told her to sit 3 times and rewarded her twice. Once with positive reinforcement, which was my voice, and second with a treat. A fixed ratio schedule is a reinforcement that is provided after a fixed number of correct responses has been made.
Sit. Sit. Sit, Ollie. Good girl.
On encounter 2, I did the same thing as the day prior. The only evident change was the fixed ratio schedule. The schedule was 1 to 1. I told her to sit once and rewarded her once with a treat.
Sit. Good girl.
On encounter 3, it went smoother than the 2 previous days because of repetition. She knew what to expect, so I didn't have to pat her bottom. I got the same behavior but on a quicker time interval during this day.
Sit. Good girl.
On encounter 4, I had to use a stern voice that was a bit louder than day 3. Then she did as I directed her to do, which was to sit. The fixed ratio schedule was 2 to 2. I told her to sit twice and gave her positive reinforcement once and gave her a bone.
Sit. Sit. Good girl.
On encounter 5, she listened to my direction. I did not reward her with a treat, but instead I rewarded her with a pat on her head and a sweet tone in my voice. The fixed ratio schedule was 1 to 2. I told her to sit once and rewarded her twice with my positive reinforcements.
Sit. You are so good. Good girl.
On encounter 6, the exact same thing happened as the previous day.
Sit. Good girl. Good girl.
On encounter 7, I wanted to see if Molly would have done the same response as she did with me. So I made my friend Riley come to my house to do the experiment that I've been working on. I wanted to see if she was obedient like she was with me. Molly was obedient and performed the exact same way with Riley. After she listened to her command, Riley gave her a treat and positive reinforcement.
Yeah. Sit. Sit. Good girl.
On the last encounter, Molly listened to Riley, but there was no treat given, just positive reinforcement.
Sit. Good girl. Get up. Come on, Molly. Molly, here. Come here. Sit. 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 Okay. That's a different type of sit. Oh, period, queen.